What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're going to continue on with Reddit Reads. um, so I've been getting a lot of email from because, with every group that you join, you get notifications on whoever posts. So I got a couple of them, and here is one 2 days ago. What the hell happened here? All right, let's see what this is about. Hold on. I just started this whole thing off without even my handy dandy headphones. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody showing your support. In the past couple of weeks, I've been getting a lot of traffic coming through my channel, and I just thank you so much to each and every one of you. I hope you guys keep on supporting, sharing, following, liking, subscribing, and all that good stuff. So, with that said, let's see what we got in store. Is this actually CWD? I don't know what that means. If anybody knows, drop it in the comment section. The video was recorded in Germany, and as far as I know, it is not present here. Okay, all I see is a deer. Let's start this off. Let's turn on the volume. Let's see what this is about.
Digga, was ist mit dir? Junge, was ist mit dem? Schau mal. Hey, mach mal auf. Hör mal, der hat einen Biss unten an seinem Hals.
Oh ja. Nein, da.
Der stirbt gerade, oder was?
What in the world?
Ich glaube, das war der Fuchs, der gerade weggelaufen ist. Psst. Psst. Alter, was ist mit dem?
Ja, ja.
Junge, was ist mit dem? Voll gruselig. Hey, stirbt der gerade? Soll ich den auf Seite schubsen gleich?
Weiß nicht. Ich hätte ihn gerne anfassen.
Ich auch. Junge, richtig gruselig einfach.
Yo. So I'm not. I don't think it's anything paranormal. But it is strange though. Have anybody seen a deer react like this? To me, it's just tripping. It ate something and it's just, flying high. And it's, I mean, honestly, it looks like a no, I'm not even sure if I'm able to say this on here, but here we go. It looks like a crackhead in New York, you know, on fentanyl. Yeah. Uh, and just just about to fall off until there's some sort of interaction to to wake his ass up. I mean, that is what it seems like to me. This deer is just tripping. Let me see, what are the comments. When people post videos like this and then add a creepy sound and music, it takes away from the legitimacy of the video itself. I agree because everybody just wants to add these creepy noisy things. I mean, you know it's 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 a deer. It's a deer, right? My first thought was that it was a weird AI video. No, no, no AI there, buddy. The deer was chronic wasting disease. What? The deer has chronic wasting disease and should be put down as to not spread it amongst the population. Interesting. Ah, that makes more sense than my initial thought, which was this deer is high as. That was my first initial reaction myself. I optimistically thought it got into fermented apples, which can happen. Oh, really? I didn't know this. But yeah, comments are right. It's probably suffering from a terrible brain injury, as CWD isn't common in German. I really want to know what the CWD means. That would be very helpful. Uh, I read fermented nipples. Yeah, that that could also do it, you know. It looks like a young buck. So, it was, prop, feeding off his mom's teat. And yeah, fermented nipples. Yeah, sure. We could do that. But yeah, I don't think that is something paranormal. I think it's something there is something medically wrong with the deer. And let's move it along. Let's move it along. That was weird. Oh, I actually read this in my email right here. Can anyone chat? I am scared. Let's see what this is about. All right. Something has been following me since my childhood home, great grandpa's house. Coffee filters flew off the machine on a shelf and hit me. Pots and pans clanging all night, my door creaking open and feeling being watched. Running up the basement stairs backwards because I felt something behind me. Ugh. Been feeling the presence everywhere I've lived. I moved on. Now tonight I feel extremely uncomfortable and smell burning hair. Jeez. I don't know what to do, guys. Okay. Honestly, it is it is damn rare unless you live in Savannah, Georgia, which I went to over the weekend, you guys, over Father's Day weekend. I mean, can you say what's that phrase going around? Can you say uh uh, uh you're a paranormal dad without saying you're a paranormal dad? For Father's Day, I went to Savannah, Georgia. Now, if you live in Savannah, Georgia, there's a good possibility that you could move from one haunted house to another haunted house because the history there is wild. Hold on one second, you guys. Hold on one second. I got to show you this stuff because yeah, yeah, yeah. I did it. I went to it. I went to it. Savannah, Georgia stuff. It was an amazing trip. There was a lot of things to do in Savannah, Georgia, especially, you know, um just visiting, guys, just visiting. We went all over the place. We actually went to a lot of places. I will be putting together a collage and sending out videos, editing, doing my thing, and putting it out there for you guys to enjoy. And, it's just it was just an incredible, incredible experience. I can't wait to get to it. But um it is rare that a person moves from one location that is active paranormally to another. So this tells me that the person that you're the one that has an attachment. Now, uh coffee filters flying out hitting you, it is it is, I guess, scary because there's, a physical object is hitting you even though it's just coffee filters. Pots and pans clanging, door creaking, feeling being watched, having to walk backwards because you know, you feel something running up against you. Uh I I could almost honestly say that this is not a malicious spirit because there's a lot of spirits out there. And you know what? Throughout my years in the paranormal field and the research and everything that I've done, you could possibly have a family member just wanting your attention. And the more you ignore it, the more it's gonna get, maybe the word frustrated is not the word I want to use, but the spirit is gonna try harder every time you ignore it. So, my advice would be try communicating with it. Make sure you can identify the spirit. You could use a voice recorder. I do not recommend anyone using a Ouija board if you know the location or yourself is, there's paranormal activity, because you might open a door and the person you're trying to contact might not be the one coming through. It could be something much worse, something else. But for this, I could honestly say you probably have a family member um wanting your attention, or even pass a message. So I would try and attempt some sort of communication. And video pictures would help tremendously, especially if you are looking for some help. Let's see what the comment says as far as this story goes. Wait, has anyone ever tried dad jokes in these scenarios? It's been my personal experience that nothing empties a room faster, so hear me out. This is one of my what the hell? What's a pirate's favorite letter? Oh my god. All right. I don't want I don't want it to talk to me. Oh my god. Wait, was it Entire Station that wrote this? Entire Station wrote this. I don't want it to talk to me, but here's the thing. I know it's scary. I know it's weird. I know it's paranormal, but if this has been going on since since your grandparents' house, since you was young, you might just have to. You the more you ignore it, it could possibly get worse. And now that you're older, is possibly just very frustrated. So you might have to attempt communication and try and get evidence, just in case it is not a family member and it is malicious, so you could get some real help. Now, I on the podcast, the Shadow Files podcast that I'm involved with my boys out there in Australia, Gary and Jeremy, we actually had a podcast, and it was about, people raising awareness on people looking for help in the wrong places, because there are a lot of so-called paranormal teams out there that are not in it to help, they're in it to profit. So, I say that every paranormal person has some sort of social media. Do your research, find out what they do, and if it, tickles your fancy, then go for them. But be very careful, because there's a lot of teams that actually charge for this. And how my friend Joe Frankie from the Warrens Legacy Paranormal Society, what we do as paranormal investigators, it's more of a vocation. It's almost like a hobby. We don't get paid for this. It's not an occupation. We have separate, lives aside from the paranormal. And, we work. Like, I work. I have a 9 to 5 job, right? We work to support what we do. And with what we use from our earned money, our personal cash, because I'm not getting paid for none of this, what I'm doing, I do it because I enjoy it. It's my free time, and I love it. And now, be careful. Just be careful, you guys. All right. You know what? That is my advice for entire station 6155. You just might have to try communication. All right. This is a video. Let's see what this is about. 12 minutes ago, caught on front camera. Is this legit? All right. Let's see if there's any, not much. Caught this on my front room camera at 1 a.m. No air movement whatsoever. Okay, no air movement whatsoever. Let's make it big. Let's go. Okay, I see. Hmm. So I am not a big fan of orb videos, just because the paranormal field, as much as I love the paranormal field, it could be very cutthroat, right? If you don't have a freaking the holy grail of a full body apparition, people are probably just gonna try and cut you down because they want to be the best. F those guys. This looks interesting just because from within frame, it looks like it came from what was it, the kitchen? From another room into another room and just flew straight through. Now, I would like to, I would like a little bit more information. I understand that there isn't any flow, but dust doesn't need so much flow for it to just travel, right? I mean, the reason why I say this is because look at this board over here. That looks pretty dusty, right? It looks like the house is being there's some renovation possibly going on, or you just moved in, or that or somewhat. Um, but it did look interesting that it came from what looks like a living room into this room over here, and it kind of just glided through. It did leave a little bit of a trail. So, what is the camera quality on this? We need some more information so we could fully, put in a good piece of 2 cents. Let's see that over here. It does leave a trail, and it's almost like pulsating. It's almost like pulsating. You know what would have been awesome? If it disappeared within frame, not going off frame. That would have been awesome. But all right, you guys. Not sure if that was paranormal. If so, we would need a little bit more information on this. Sir Ill Will 2408. Thank you. Right away, we got dust. Yes, dust is legit. That's dust. Piece of dust floating in the air. Yep. Turn your. Oh, I don't know what that is. No, it's not. That's either dust or bug. I don't think it's a bug because as close as it got to the camera, you would have seen some sort of, detail wings or, whatever it is. But again, I could be wrong, you guys. It is just my opinion. But I've seen a lot of videos. I do this a lot. I see a bunch of videos and I go out there on the field myself. I do a lot of videos and react. um, I don't think it's a bug. I could definitely see this being dust. So let's move it on. Let's move it on. What is this paranormal photo in El Bosque, Mexico? I know I'll probably chop this up, but let's see if there 2 days ago. Let's see if there is some. Oh, okay. It's in Spanish, you guys. Let's see. Hola, hoy me encontraba viendo fotos viejas de mi cámara fotografía. Hello. Today I found myself looking at old photos. I'm not gonna read it in Spanish. I'm just gonna translate. Hello. I found myself looking at old photos with my photo camera, and I found this picture that I took in Bosque of Mexico. In the part superior something of the photo, we could see and observe a figure that doesn't go with the photo, that doesn't go with the atmosphere of the photo. This this is very strange to me. Además tiene una figura humanoid. This looks very strange to me. Um, but it does have a humanoid figure. Si algún le parece familiar, if this seems familiar to anyone, please comment on please comment on it, because now that I saw it, it brings fear to me. Okay. Let's make this big humanoid figure. Oh wait, there's two pictures. Two pictures. Just in case you guys, I got like two screens and I am using the big screen over here to see what's up. Let's see. Let's make it bigger. I'm usually good at this, but I don't really see nothing. Do you guys see something? I feel like I'm playing the game. Where's Waldo? Let's see the next one again. Let's go back and forth. Let me see if this could be easier. Nope, it's not. Is this a different direction? Yes, it is. It's a different direction. I'm gonna assume this tree is this tree. Is it? I don't think so. Could be. All right. My first piece of advice. And I know I'm just saying this from a perspective of a paranormal investigator to other paranormal investigators or someone that wants to venture into the paranormal field. Every time you take a picture, take a couple. I usually do it by threes, so you could compare and analyze the photo. You know, all the photos. If you take it by threes, it should all be the same. Now, sometimes it has happened. Um, Sometimes you might see something that doesn't belong, and that is interesting because if two of the photos are similar and one is off, um, that is interesting. But I don't really see anything here, you guys. Do you? Maybe this person should outline, maybe because what is this person talking about? This over here? Because that could be just you know, some sort of this deformed leaf or tree. But I don't really see nothing else. Not for nothing. This is a beautiful picture though. This is a beautiful picture. This one came out just a tad bit blurry. Not really too much, but a tad bit blurry. Oh man, this is amazing though. I love this. I love nature. Like just going, just hiking, and just walk through. I'm a big guy, you know. I'm not gonna say I hike all the time because I would have been fitter, but I love this. This is amazing. All right, you guys. Sorry, the only thing that I could possibly see is this over here. If there's anything else, I am not seeing it at all. Let's see what the comment says. I don't see anything at all. Pareidolia images pop out very easily. Yes, yes. In other words, matrixing. Sometimes you could, you know, matrixing. The best example of matrixing is what people see when they look up in the clouds. Sometimes you could see a cloud and it, you know, looks like something. So you know, your brain kind of, you know, makes you, you know, see something that it's familiar. You know, that's the best. You know, even with old mirrors, sometimes you could just you know, possibly see a face or something, and it's just smudges on an old mirror. So yeah, I missed the red circle genie. That would have been helpful. That would have been helpful. I'm sorry, but absolutely hate when people post. Do you see it? Photos? Nope, I don't see it. And I move on. End of story. Yeah, but you know, guys. All I'm going to say is that be a little bit more patient, be a little bit more courteous. You know, these are people that feel like they're experiencing something and they are sharing it. We have to appreciate the fact that they are putting themselves out there to share something. Now, yes, a little bit more detail, or even the red genie circle. But you know, we don't have to be nasty about it, you guys. Come on. Let's be a little bit more mature. Let's be a little bit more sympathetic. This right there, like these over here, are the reason why what I say paranormal victims are afraid to come out and share their story when they are potentially suffering in their own way. So be a little bit more courteous, you guys. Don't be assholes. Come on now. I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, you would want help and not a bunch of people criticizing the crap out of you. So come on now. I'm sorry, you guys. I get passionate about this and I love helping people. It's one of the reasons why I do what I do. A lot of my stuff is about exploring abandoned locations, but I have helped families and I have heard their stories, and there is fear in their voices when they talk about certain aspects. And I have a lot of friends, paranormal investigators within the field, going out there helping people. And is if you need help, just be careful where you go. Sometimes Reddit is not the best place to do so. All right, let's see the video. Okay, so my dad shared these with me and said these were taken by caretakers in my uncle's shared home. They have disabilities. My dad seems to think it's the spirit of my grandpa haunting my uncle, but I feel like it's too violent to be him. Huh. I want to know other people's opinions on it because I'm genuinely flabbergasted. All right, let's see what's up. Let's make this big.
Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, hell no. No freaking way.
Hmm. Hmm. Let's see it one more time, you guys. My first question is, I mean, obviously we ask for a lot when we want a little bit more information because sometimes that information is not there at the moment. But I would like to know why this person was recording. Did something happen beforehand? Because all of that, honestly, from the way the video starts, it could all be a setup, right? All of this could be done with a nice pull of a string.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Now, I gotta say this about this picture in particular, about this video in particular. This nylon string, or it's the invisible string that people use. It is, you know, it is difficult to see in certain um light visions, right? Difficult to see in night vision, and basically. But over here, the camera quality is pretty good. You would see some sort of shine coming off of it because there is some light within a darkened area, not black area, darkened area. There is some sort of light. So, for example, like the shine off here, you'll possibly see it on the string. Now, another thing is that picture looks like it was really stuck on that door. So for that nylon string to actually, for that invisible string that I'm talking about to actually pull it out without being seen is difficult.
Oh, hell no.
And then it comes off yanked. So it is difficult to do that with that type of string, just in case. Look, my advice to preference number 5112. We need, even if you was to go to a paranormal group and show them these videos, they're gonna ask for more information, right? Like, This could possibly be a family member, of course, but we don't know because we don't have information. We need some information of possibly of what, is has the uncle done something? For example, a lot of these stories of people do tend to start with, oh, I'm experiencing this, I'm experiencing that. And then later on, after some digging, oh yeah, when I was young, I played with the Ouija board. This is just an example. Although this example, you'll be surprised how much this actually happens. You'll be surprised. But we need a little bit more information. Like, for example, has your uncle dwelled within some sort of, occult group, some sort of, friendly game that is for children's 8 and up called Ouija. Call, these are some information. And then obviously, when the paranormal team does go to your residence and conduct their investigation, this is where we would start using our tools, our equipment to try and make communication and to also capture more evidence for you to use if you want to pursue something a little bit more like getting help from a church or so on and so forth. But we might need more information. The picture coming off the door is pretty cool. But maybe okay, since you guys already know there is some paranormal activity going on, try possibly making communications a cell phone. Perfect. Put it recording at night while you're sleeping towards certain areas that are hotspots, and try and catch something going on. Another thing is voice recorders. Your phone has There are apps in your phone that you could record you could a voice recording app, sorry, and utilize it. You don't know, maybe you talking, somebody might talk back. Try to identify what's going on. Try to identify the entity if possible. That's also very difficult to do, but you'll be surprised. If there is an entity trying to get your attention, it will do things that will, clarify the situation. So, but yeah, definitely we're gonna need some more information. The photo poster flyer on the door shit me up a little. I'm telling you guys, that is difficult to do with the string. First, verify that the videos are authentic. In a world of AI, it's important to do that. Yes, definitely. If there are that house should be cleansed. Start with the banishment, then cleansing, then protection. I would agree with you, Hemlock Lace. Hemlock and Lace. I would agree with you. But here's the thing, not everybody knows how to start the process and actually end it. So it is even, I say, even dangerous if you are trying to banish a spirit and you don't know what you're doing. There is a process on how to do it. I'm a paranormal investigator and I won't even feel comfortable giving advice step by step on how to do it. I'm sure there are paranormal videos out there. I'm sure there are videos of people using sage, using certain cleansing techniques, doing certain things, protection. I'm sure there are people out there to do it, but I personally wouldn't recommend that because you could actually make the situation even worse for yourself. What's the dark spot on the floor? How old is the house? And do you know its history? This is the research that I'm talking about. This is the information that we would get as paranormal investigators. There's just a whole variety. There's so much to do to try and get information. Um, Oh, I agree 100 with the first point. I'd also be asking why caretakers are using AI to create these videos and potentially distress a disabled patient. We're jumping into an assumption here. First of all, it might not even be AI, right? We're jumping into assumption. What I would like is the original video of this. No cuts, no edit, not one clip with three different. No, I want each clip individually, the original video. Um, as for the dark spot on the floor, I'd say that's a stain from dog urine. It was never mentioned at all that there was a dog anywhere. So yes, I would agree with you if we saw a sign of anything that's to do with a dog. You know what? There are three videos. Let's see it one more time to see if there is any dog bowls or any pet because those are just human treats.
Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, hell no.
There is absolutely nothing. All right, just for you guys, let's just finish the video just
No
so.
freaking way.
Uh, okay, I probably missed it, but what the hell is this bowl there? Is that like a? Is that a mop bowl? Is that milk? Soap? I don't know what this is. This they could have been cleaning or whatever, but due to this alone, then uh that could be explained. But damn, that is unless there was a drip from the ceiling coming down, and that's just a very bad spot. But yeah, uh, it could be anything. But regardless of what, we would need more details, and if there is more distraught situations going on, yeah, the paranormal team that goes in there needs to be a little bit more hands on with this one, right? But definitely I would ask for the original videos. So you guys, we're gonna call it right here for this. If you guys want to add something to any of these videos, leave it in the comment section. Until then, thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone's support. Uh, and do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.